Good Sunday morning to you. Well, yesterday I got a little off track. It was supposed to be the day that I go through and harvest and go through all of the plants and remove a bunch of deadness. Also, I haven't done the turning the soil, the compost. That's what I'm trying to think of. I'm rushing myself here. So I didn't get to that, so I got to get that too. So actually, let's do that first, and then we'll jump into the garden. Okay, I'll admit that was a little bit harder to turn than I remember. So don't know if it's getting worse or, but I did notice it seems like a lot more stuff is broken down in both of these bins. So I've got a third bin that I've got to get started at some point. We'll figure that out later. Today, I've just got to kind of try and stay on top of things. There's a lot of stuff going on beyond the garden, so. But let's just swing you over this way, level you out, and get to the garden. Okay, it's basically break time for me and my camera. I'm probably going to keep going. Camera is overheating again. I decided to go ahead and cut down the old corn stalk and cut back the scarlet runner that was all over it. Just because trying to get one down without the other was difficult, and Scarlet Runner is just kind of taken over and it had worked its way up into the orange tree. So I also pulled the, sorry about that, the air conditioner shut off. Pulled the cage that was here after I pulled out the vines from the Boston pickling because it just wasn't, that was the Boston pickling, right? Yeah, pickling Boston. It basically was all dead, so I pulled all that out. Once that was out, I was like, all right, well, looks like the cages are actually causing problems, so I decided to pull that out. Yeah, so you got to see all of that. You can see one stake that isn't really holding, whereas the other one is actually screwed to that wall, so it's holding fine. So there's something for them to climb up if they really need to. I also started pulling weeds back there. It's just, there's a lot of cleanup to do, and there's still mildew all over the place. I'm just trying to get as much of the dead stuff out as I can, but each week it's like more, I think there's more mildew And then there's old mildew that I didn't see. There's also dead branches from various different plants that once I cut out some other stuff, I can see them, I can pull them out. So that's what's going on. You get the basic idea. I'm going to continue on, and then I'll just come back with a summary. I guess from this side it doesn't look a whole lot different, but I'll work my way over past the mess and turn around. It's a lot more open here. I ended up pulling a couple of more corn plants. They'd been overwhelmed by the other vines and kind of pulled down, so they never had a chance to really grow upright. That leaves me with, I think, one here and one here, which are still growing upright, thankfully. So we'll see if they get us anything interesting. Oh wow, I just spotted another spaghetti squash in the middle of my patty pan plant. Or maybe that was the other one I'd seen. There was one there, there's one up there, and there's one back there. And then speaking of that, there's patty pan and a bunch of scarlet runner beans. That's what I managed to harvest. I think that's all over for today, except for the cleanup. So that's it for today. Let's see what tomorrow brings.